Hello, and welcome back to Strange Hungers. Oh my god, guys.
It's a lot.
Hi, everyone. They're
We're all
strange.
just trying to be so chill.
Trying to be so chill and normal about D&D.
I've never had to kill a day in my life. I don't know.
Last time we played this little fucking game, I'm gonna bring my mic up to be suitably dramatic.
You are fucking. Turn your gain down.
It's definitely not dramatic just for Sarah.
Is that better or worse?
You know, it's just go for it, Alex.
Let's do it. Here we are. Last time we played Strange Hungers, the party had a really fun and good time in the woods. That's what I'll say. Matthias encountered a Grey Warden in his flight pursuit of Aldris, as well as a young and innocent satyr who needed rescuing from a terrifying hunter. Hint.
She's hotter now, for the record.
She's hotter now.
It was never about hotness. Never about hotness.
And cursed. And the rest of the party, pursuing Matthias into the dark, came upon this gigantic creature, the Grey Warden, and engaged it in battle after Matthias accidentally, on purpose, awoke it, trying to defeat Aldris. He nearly died to this gigantic creature. Not Maddie. Maddie was fun.
Yeah, he was fine.
He nearly died to this gigantic creature. I still have the inspiration you gave me at the beginning before we started recording, and I haven't forgotten.
Does that count? Yes. Barden discovered in novel discovered in the cave that the warden had emerged from some prehistoric paintings of shape-shifting creatures, so it seemed, and together, Novel and Vice took down the massive creature. Awish decided it would be a really, really good idea to get a little handsy with a hag. And that's...
God! Control yourself.
Don't forget where our rogue is.
And our rogue... Nobody knows where
Nobody
the rogue
fucking
is.
knows where the rogue is.
We don't have a rogue.
We've
never had a rogue
in the trees.
We've
What's a rogue?
Had a rogue.
What is a rogue?
I don't even know what that is.
Kiara wants to kill all of her party members for being stupid.
Yep.
Don't be mad at me. I love you.
Don't be mad.
I am mad at you
I'm
because I
somebody's
do love
little
you.
boy.
Okay, but wait, I haven't done anything. I've been the
No,
best
I'm not
little
mad.
guy.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad
Okay,
at you.
cool. I haven't done anything yet.
Listen,
That's in the good basket.
if Kiara were a bitch slapper, a lot of bitches would have been slapped by now.
Damn. Now,
I think.
we return to the darkened woods on the continent of Valkyrie. Sweeping from the ice ocean to the long, dark stretch of the archipelago. Archipelago? Or peninsula? Which one? Yes?
It's both.
Whichever one you want.
It's both.
There's a peninsula that tapers out into an archipelago.
Oh,
shit.
Yes. Sliding over the dark horizon towards the frozen glade where this encounter took place. Many of you are wounded, still recovering your breath. You found some interesting items in the wreckage of this battle, and the hot scent of blood and death still lingers here, calling like a beacon to whatever else lurks here in the Frostlands. Together, except of course for Tazriel, who is scouted on ahead, you pack up your gear and follow the hunched, tall figure of Madeira back towards, well, an area in the woods that Matthias has seen before, and that the rest. Oh yes, you had passed by it on the
Because
way, right?
we read the words. A meeting place.
Nasty little elf.
Nasty little elf.
Nasty little elf.
elf with their nasty little languages.
Okay. So it is now. It's been a while, so I don't remember exactly what time it is. But Matthias had fled camp in the evening.
Yeah, it is. It's nighttime, I believe. Because I remember specifically, Matthias was thinking, we are literally not going to sleep tonight. We're just going to go back to our camp, pick up our shit, and go.
Yes.
But now, so I think it's like, dark 30.
What was it?
Probably before.
Aldris had left to hunt.
Yeah.
I think around like 9:30, and then Matthias followed him.
Feeling great. So before midnight, probably.
Probably before midnight, because it hadn't been that long. Yeah, and this battle went pretty fast despite its. So I'm gonna say it is almost midnight, not quite here, as you follow this tall woman hunched over. You can see the large sort of mat of fur that she's wearing, almost like a cloak. And I'm going to ask Awaish, Matthias, Novel, and Kiara to all make perception checks for me.
I gotta move my worms because I put them all.
Persepi.
Yes. Now you all are traveling as well with Vice. I believe you had left Aldris behind.
Oh, Aldris
Yeah.
fucked off, yeah.
Yeah,
I told him not to
He went
take
back.
Neve too far.
Yes, he went back to Laura and Neve and the other campsite that you guys had.
19.
First,
14.
Okay.
Natural one.
You can't take
Wizard
your eyes
says
off
nothing.
of her.
I am singular focused on a goal, and I cannot stop looking at it.
Perfect.
I got a 21.
21.
Whoa.
I am walking behind everyone so that I can keep an eye on what is happening.
Okay.
Specifically on a
Now,
wish.
before we get in actually to this episode, I do want to give both our audience and my players a bit of like a content warning, a content question, which is hags are notoriously manipulative creatures. So I want to like be wary of that. The consequences of making deals with hags can be very severe and do not always just apply to the person making that deal. So that is like a little bit of a warning. I also specifically want to ask Sarah, you've given some of your blood to this hag, right?
Yeah.
Are
I
you
have.
comfortable with some consequences that might engage with loss of agency or manipulation of your character?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
And is everyone else feeling okay with that today? Great. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. So, Matthias,
you
you
slow,
guys-
not
Quick,
Matthias.
everyone do the shaky nods, the shaky thumbs up.
Me? Yes. Kiara, no. He
fantastic.
doesn't matter.
That was a 21 for Matthias and
yes.
19 for Kiara.
and 19 for Kara and a 14
Technically, mine is a 7.
for technically.
I don't know if people are going to be able to hear. I don't know if y'all can hear this, but on the recording, I think people will be able to hear this. But I live very close to like a bell tower, and it's going fucking crazy because it's noon. So sorry about that.
Yeah, wow.
No worries. Oacia's walking step in step with Madeira. This is weird. Not like next to Madeira. Like every time the hag pauses a little bit or like listens, Oash pauses at the exact same time. I don't think Oash is even aware of it. It's just like, you know, when two people are walking side by side and they're stepping at exactly the same time. That's what's happening here, which is a little more noticeable to the rest of you because you are, you know, you're tired and you're looking around and you're cautious and it's dark outside. So even those of you with dark vision are like watching their footing more carefully in the woods, stepping over roots, but Awaish walks like they know where each root is, stepping over them easily the same way that Madeira is doing.
And Matthias notices this?
Matthias and Kiara notice.
Matthias rubs his brain cells together really hard.
Well, so I think Kiara is following and not tripping over these roots, and so as she's stumbling, I think she will probably slow down just naturally next to Matthias and be like, "That can't be normal, right?"
No, I don't think so.
So I don't think if it is some sort of a spell or a charm, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
Alex, can I put it together?
Put together that.
I can help with my one brain cell.
I am attempting to take. Okay, Awaish is very much copying what this hag is doing. Awaish gave the hag some of her blood. I know maybe a little bit about hags, and I just want to see if I've read something or been told something about hags and remember it.
Sure.
In relation
Both of
to
you
that.
Give me an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
Okay. It's
God
fine.
damn it.
Intelligence is my secondary dump stat. Natural 20!
Oh!
Thank God.
I got a 5.
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
Matthias, you're naturally cautious about hags, and you have been told explicitly by order members that hags are no good, very dangerous, and never promise or give them anything. You know that, because you live here and you're a cautious person, right?
It was
So you're
definitely a
worried.
part of protocol that I learn about hag abilities, and I simply have forgotten. I can't remember the details. I got
There's
the broad
a lot of
overview.
monsters.
They're monsters, that's all I need to know.
Monster Info 101
Don't
covers a
fuck with
lot of
hags.
beasties. Yeah. But Kiara, there is a notable coven of hags in the Empire, actually. And a few of them, they are a known danger. If someone says, "What's a scary thing in the wild?" Hags are a big, wild thing that people are very afraid of, and they've caused plenty of trickery and deception and all of that. There's even some kind of witch hunt that happened 200 or 300 years ago, a notable period in history where there were many more hags in some of the more swampy areas, more towards, I would say, the west of the Empire. So you are vaguely familiar with this history as well, especially because I would say Empire detractors, people who do not like the Empire, have even thrown the word hag at some of your grandmothers, being these are manipulative, powerful women who are secretly agents of the wild.
Ugh, gender
which is
violence.
Never
true.
Women winning.
Which is all true, though. I'm a secretive agent of the wild, manipulating people.
Oh my God, so hot.
So you, as someone who, again, this is more of an intelligence, you remembering, but when it comes down to it, you are very, very suspicious that this hag already has control over Awaish in some way.
Okay, Kiara will say, "We cannot trust that Awaish is themselves right now."
Fuck me. Damn it. Okay.
Taz, do we have telepathy up?
You do. I'm trying to stay on the within the zone. So yes, I can hear all of this.
Okay.
But the two of you.
Is there a way to
Is there
DM just non-Awaish in the group chat?
Yes.
Is there-
a little reminder of how this works. Taz can't pick up when people are talking verbally, but Taz is looped in anytime people are connecting mentally. only Taz is always looped in.
Okay.
When you
Yes.
make a direct connection to someone else, it's the two of you plus the operator, basically.
So
So
you're
the-
gonna have to tell us
the
separately.
initial part where Kiara hung back and asked Matthias to look normal, that would have been out like whispered to Matthias out loud.
Yes.
But we cannot trust that wishes themselves at this point would have been sent to Novel and to Taz and telepathically so that they can be looped into that.
Okay.
Ooh, please don't extract me.
You're still in the chat.
You're in the group chat.
No,
you
I
just
mean from
aren't
the
in-
situation.
Oh. My wish is enjoying hag time.
Okay. I'm also going to ask Taz at this point. You said you're kind of looping around. You're trying to stay in range. You had
It's a mile. I have like a mile waist.
Yeah, you're pretty far away, and you are separate. Remind me, do you have dark vision, Tazriel?
Tieflin.
Yes, I do.
Yes,
orc?
only.
Definitely.
Okay, then could you also make me a perception check, please?
Oh God.
You got this.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. That is a 17.
17. Great. You are very aware that you are not alone in these woods.
Huh?
Excuse me.
Every so often, a branch, like, almost leans down with the wind as you pass by and just, like, catches on your armor a little bit, and you have to brush it out of the way. You hear bird cawing in a way that's very abnormal. It's, like, rhythmic almost. Maybe 100 or 200 feet behind you, just over and over again, the same bird noise. Caw, caw, caw. Sounds very unnatural as you are moving near silently, as you've been trained to do, through terrain you're unfamiliar with. You are constantly having to pick your feet up out of the snow that seems a little bit thicker than normal snow. There's a sense that you're moving almost sluggishly, but it's not by your doing. No one else is experiencing this as you travel with the hag, although you're moving through the woods at night and it's difficult. You're not hearing noises that sound abnormal. There's not this sense of someone watching you inherently. But Tazriel, you're not under whatever confident bubble this witch is projecting. If it weren't for your ability to travel stealthily, you are certain you would be being tracked. You are very close to encountering something dangerous by yourself.
Okay. He has his psionic daggers just out and ready, but he is still going quietly and step by step.
Okay. I am going to start a clock, which
Fuck off.
is someone noticing or encountering Tazriel. Because this is less about, like, you can be as stealthy as you want. These woods are full of dangerous things. At some point you stumble onto one. So I'm starting a clock with 4 ticks.
I hate ticks. Nasty little creatures.
And if anything might alert someone to your presence, or as time goes by, that will go down.
I'll never tell.
Okay. All right.
Now, Novel, you are walking closer with Vice. The last thing we kind of heard was your conversation with your sword as you finished it and then, packed up and continued. How are you looking out for the party? Are you focused on anything in particular right now?
I think I rolled like a 14 for perception in general, so I am keeping an ear out. I do wanna keep like. Sorry, I'm still stuck in that whole being inside a bubble of confidence. All I can think of is the Ritual, the movie with murder, like the chosen ones who aren't killed only for that moment. That's all I can think of. I'm stuck in that. I actually think Barden is trying to keep an eye out, but has a hand in their pocket that isn't on the sword or ready for the sword. That's on the earring that they picked up, just rubbing her thumb over the copper or whatever it is of it, and is like a little bit distracted, and does voice. Have you ever dealt with hags before?
I'm not sure this is the best company to discuss that in.
Is Vi still in the group chat?
Yes?
Okay, this is group chat.
I'll say even psychically she would still say that. But I have not dealt with hags. I have had mentees of mine been dealt with by them.
Did they come back?
Here in the wastes, there are not the same lines you might draw between life and death. We use more here and not here.
Definitely stranger. You guys might actually take me on as a knight, huh? Considering the strangeness you deal with on the daily.
Well, it's less about how strange you are. There are a lot of qualifications you need to be a member of our order. It's not just being a weirdo, a freak.
Is this just between you and Vice?
Yeah. It seems to be a running thread of the story, though.
Some people need something different about them in order to learn to survive. And many people, part of our group, are like that. Maintain caution. Our mage has made an uncomfortable decision. Do not promise that thing anything. Be careful with every word out of your mouth.
Alex, how much would I have read about hags? Just in my story reading.
I can't remember if we made a roll like this previously, so give me...
I think we might have. We might have.
We might have. So I'm gonna say here, you are interested in folklore.
Or say it's like Feywild rules. What are the wild rules? What have I heard in that?
Yes, your family would be closer to knowing some like loose Feywild rules.
What's like the basic rules? Is it like don't eat anything, don't step in like a mushroom patch?
Yeah,
but,
different rules for hags and high elves, like sylvan creatures, Fey, right? But a good rule of thumb. This might even be like a nursery rhyme or a storybook rhyme or something about the wild, because there's plenty of that. Is like keep your name to yourself, keep your hands to yourself, keep your eyes to yourself, keep your words to yourself.
Yeah, makes sense. Passes that along, just in case, to each of their party members. Maybe to a wish. No one's warned me not to talk to a wish.
Kiara sent that out, right?
Kiara said a wish might not be themselves.
Yeah, but that's not a reason not to tell them not to share
I feel like it's not a stupid thing to say.
Yeah. And when you tell Kiara not to share their name, she's like, "It's okay. I've been using the fake one this whole time."
I love the idea of Barden doing like a mental wink, like samesies.
What's What's my brain doing as Barden sends this message?
Alicia, your brain is your own. You are not
Fine.
aware of any, like, what is that stepping thing and all of that?
Sure.
It's like a physical thing that you're unaware is
Awesome.
happening, you're not paying attention to.
Yeah, I think Oasis just gives a response of, bit late for a few of those. It'll be fine.
I love the mental vibe of comes over like.
All right. I just realized that you had worms on your head. I just now realized that.
Baldur's gay?
I've been watching more
Oh
come.
yeah.
It's been great.
I'm casting a new spell called Crown of Worms.
Yes.
Does it drive you mad?
That
It makes you wiggle like crazy. Oh no, my worm.
Oh no, my worm. Oh,
You
worm.
lost concentration.
You lose your worm.
I am now going to pull us all over, and I don't know if multiverse is set up, so it might
Oh,
bear
it's
with
I
us
am on
It's
it.
in
I'm
there.
excited.
for a
You're
moment
gonna
as
pull us- You're gonna yoink us?
I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
yoink you.
Yoink us where?
my knee is just going like that. I am so nervous.
I'm
I
so
don't know why. Like, oh boy.
Oop, oop, oop. Here we go. Oh god. Oh shit.
Still love hats.
God, oh
Hats are so
shit.
cool. But I know they're gonna fuck us up. I just
They're very cool. I love them a lot. Okay, it's so dim. Let me turn the brightness up a little
It's
bit.
okay. We can see. It is dim, but we can see.
Excuse me, friend.
Yes.
Oh, illustrious DM, are those mimics that I see?
You don't see anything. No, ignore them.
babies.
They're gone.
Sorry. Be quiet.
No, they're gone.
No, don't look.
Don't look.
No one heard anything.
No,
No
one
one heard anything.
There's some screaming memes. We all
Cursey
had that.
multiverse. Well, I'm changing the monster now.
No. Aw, I want to see mimic.
No, I want to fight a mimic.
BJ, what the fuck,
No,
dog?
I don't want to fight a mimic. I want to make a friend.
My tablet put me right in the middle of it. I'm like, oh, I can't find my guy yet, but oh, I see that.
Great. Perfect. No notes. You are approaching from a slightly different way than you came from before. Again, this is bloop. This is not a area with a lot of actual pathways around it. It's more of a just area you stumble upon in the middle of the woods that happens to be a little bit more open, without trees in this kind of concentric ring. And there's Madeira
Madeira?
just hanging out and being a
Yes,
cool.
ma'am. Sorry,
cool
watch
gal.
Vic like yeet Taz into the tree.
Okay. So you approach from a slightly different way this time, and again, it is quite dark. Novel, have you dimmed your sword in its sheath? Is it giving off like a little light behind you?
I don't think I have because I'm the only one without dark vision. I'm not risking my sight.
So you have
I
just a little bit
think
of
she's
light.
got it. I think she's got it in the sheath, like partly within the sheath. So there's a little bit of light, maybe 5 foot of like little chip.
Yeah, just around your feet, so you aren't like tripping
Yeah, I don't want to trip.
constantly.
It's
Okay,
embarrassing.
so I'm gonna give you a little 5 foot of light here.
Thank you.
Everyone else, you have very little light within the trees. There's a bit of moonlight that's coming through because we have the 2 full moons still, so more moonlight than you would normally see. But when you're between the trees, it's still quite difficult.
Hmm.
I'm gonna give you a little sword to pick up.
Sword. Give me a sword.
There you go.
Where's the baby?
Boop.
Actually, Kiara doesn't much like the dark, so I do think that she would probably have light cast on her amulet, especially because she would be tripping.
Yeah.
Oh, like either Barn or Mattie's got like in hers.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a little amulet. Oh,
Barden's got you, baby. But if
okay.
we do fall, we fall hard. I am big.
Light might be important, so I just want to keep track of where you can see and where you can't.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't think Kiara's a walk into full dark in a forest kind of gal.
It is freaky to walk in the dark in the forest. Like, and when you put the light on as well, you only just get those trees are in that front lane, and you're still like getting those weird, super dark gaps between the trees.
Has anyone actually been camping in the dark into the
Yes.
forest? It's
Yes.
terrifying if you've just got a fire.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is not Kiara's preferred terrain.
Mm-mm.
There we go.
I like it a lot.
Put
Anyway.
your amulet on. Okay, great. And Matthias, do you have any light? Or are you just using a light source from Kiara next to you?
I have dark vision.
Great. Okay.
Mama made me big and strong.
Whoa, Kiara has
Wait.
dark vision. She just doesn't like it. Here.
I'm a
It's just like
fearless
your black
big
and
old
white shades.
man.
Yeah,
I was gonna say-
Kiara likes color, in case you can't tell. She's like, the fuck this grayscale
Doesn't matter
life?
as much to Matthias.
Yeah, that tracks, doesn't it?
Black and white.
Matthias actually sees like a dog colorblind. So,
Wild.
Matthias lives in grayscale.
yeah, just gets some like blue.
It's actually more of a blue and a yellow. Blue-yellow
Yeah,
spectrum.
exactly.
Grayscale.
Oh, no, but like dark vision shows grayscale, right?
Mhm.
Yes, dark vision shows grayscale.
Okay.
Okay, great, fantastic. So this time you come upon, you're treading over, you believe it's sort of a frozen packed stream of some kind. It's very frozen, like you could just tell it's a little bit crunchier underfoot. Again, like Matthias and Vice especially would be trained to watch out for the sound of the feeling of water underfoot versus dirt, I guess, frozen dirt. And then I've put a bridge down here, but I would say it's more like a fallen log has conveniently fallen over top of the frozen river and then splintered out and decayed open, so you like pass over a little bit of wood as you enter. Now, Madeira, who has been ahead of you the whole time, has mostly been looking forward and hasn't said anything. I'll say you occasionally hear this just like breathy little wheeze, like very softly as she's
That is
traveling
hateful.
ahead of you, occasionally stopping, sometimes turning that like hunched over head up to almost stare at a spot and then turn and continue as she's navigated all of you. This is not the same small satyr that you encountered before, although she is still furry on the bottom. I will say she still has that like, you know, sort of hunched third,
It's the base form.
weird tripod leg situation going on.
Is there, Alex, is there any indication as to how fast the water moves under the ice?
I'll take survival or nature.
Okay, I'm gonna do survival.
Definitely survival would be applicable here.
Not bad. 22.
And you can actually have advantage on it as well. 22 is great, but just in case.
Nope, 22.
Okay. Yeah, so 22, it doesn't seem to be very fast moving. It's wide, but more of a thin trickle. Like there is
It's a slow-moving river, or at least this
Slow-moving
portion of it
river.
right now.
yes. You think it's probably like depending on your location, you're a little bit closer to the mountains now, right?
This is the way that Sarah's creeping behind you.
This might be a very
Cannot be normal. With a gun to their head, they couldn't be normal.
wow. This might be an offshoot coming very far from the mountains down towards the ocean, right? Because you know water,
Got it. Yeah.
not really melting, but like if it were to be.
But we're in an
warmer
area
in
where
the
it's slowed down. Okay, interesting. Cool, great, awesome.
not very fast, and the ice is thick enough. Like, you probably have a good 5 or 6 feet of frozen ice, if not more.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. So Madeira is traveling ahead. I've put away closer behind Madeira. If there's a different order of you guys stacking up here, feel free to move your characters as you like.
I am in
Mine was-
multiverse now, by the way, so.
Awesome.
I'm staying
Matt, you
near the back.
Staying at the behind. I can go middle.
And do I have a Tazriel somewhere?
Behind a tree.
I'm hiding behind a tree right now.
I don't know where you are, and I'm going to leave it like that.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't even
perfect.
know.
You don't need to know.
Nobody needs
the
to know.
DM don't need to know.
Nobody needs to
I
know.
swore I saw a tree move at one point, and I think that was it.
Yeah, I'm kidding. My God.
Here
Perfect.
comes the tree. It's how secret he is.
Perfect. Okay, and I've got Vice somewhere.
Next to me.
Great.
My grandma time.
Boop. So you approach cautiously as you see this sort of opening ahead of you, this circumference of trees. Madeira pauses, kind of right. I'm going to put her right over here, and then turns back to look at all of you and cranes her head down a little bit. Humble guests, you are here on my hospitality.
Can I insight that?
Now, what
Or
do you
should I
want to
not?
know? What do you mean insight? Give me a question.
Here on my hospitality sounds like a condition.
Okay.
I want to roll insight to try to parse if that is some kind of implied term that we are agreeing to.
Would you prefer Arcana?
Sure.
Then give
Is
me
this a
Arcana.
binding spell of some kind?
Would the wizard prefer Arcana? 3 guesses, and the first 2 are wrong.
It's like a waiter with a wine. It's like, would the wizard preferred Arcana?
I would. Please pour me your deepest glass of 25.
Almost certainly. It's not. We've talked about it plenty of times. This isn't a spell that is taught in a school. It's maybe not even a spell, but it's like tugging on a thread of the weave a little bit. The way that she's worded it.
Give me a second. Clear the room.
I do actually want to say, while you're thinking, Tazriel, because of your mind link, you have a pretty good sense of if you're too far from the party, right? You don't know exactly where they are. Like, it doesn't just tell you instantly where your party is, but you know approximately, so you can get closer and feel the connection maybe be a little stronger.
Because it drops when I get out of range, but if we get back into range in the timeline, it's still within time. Like it'll pop back up.
Yes. So, where are you trying to position yourself?
I am trying to be like. I think he's trying to be as close as God. I'm not a math guy.
Give me a loose sense of it. Does he want to be close to the party so we can hop in? Is he?
I think that he's like he wants to be close enough so that if something happens, maybe he could get there within like 2 or 3 rounds. But he is like trying to be inconspicuous in case it needs to be like a surprise. I'm attacking you. Take 50 million sneak attack damage.
Okay,
Taz,
fantastic.
if it helps, given what just happened when Maddie snuck off and was out of like reachable range, Kiara will murder you if you do the same.
He's not Matthias. I'm just saying he is Within range.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Okay,
I'm just
great.
giving you extra incentive to stay in range. You will get, well, by murder you, she will look at you with very sad eyes
Listen,
and maybe
listen.
cry at you.
Not the sad crying eyes. He's in like full infiltration, reconnaissance kind of mode where it's like you stay within the range that you can be in.
Good.
Okay. Tazriel, could you give me survival as well, please?
Oof. You got this. You got this.
Hi.
Yes.
That's a 10.
A 10. Okay. I'm going to tick down your clock by 1.
Oh no.
Someone's gonna kick you.
You come as you approach, like you're coming around a little bit the other direction, not far, but you're more of ahead of the party. So you cross the frozen river at a bit of a different point. It's still frozen, but as you step on, there are some cracking noises that happen, and then you probably continue pretty fast. It doesn't seem like it's going to break out from underneath you, but as you continue on, the audience see something peel itself off of the top of the river, almost like this thin sheet of glass that pulls up and wavers and then steps after you, like kind of floats after you.
They're sending the dental dams after us.
No. I'm ready.
Fuck off.
Sorry.
Alex,
Yes.
what would Taz like obviously he got this information through the mind link, but what would Taz specifically know about hags himself?
I'm going to say you have not directly encountered or fought any hags. The nature of
Okay.
some of the creatures that you've encountered in your past, we've established are very specific. Like, you have a lot of cult experience. You have maybe some demonic or devilish experience. Haven't faced down any hags. It's been a little of time in Noir Nalbara. So, and also, again, are trained fighter of the wild, right? Enough to be cautious about them, know that you shouldn't trust them, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to say, even any of you who have experience with a hag, Madeira wouldn't necessarily be the traditional appearance as they might have been described. You, like, maybe Kiara at this point might have heard of, like, they appear to be like beautiful and powerful women, and then it turns out that they're hideous, old, like crones. You know, that is the legend that you've heard. Madeira is a little bit different than that.
Built different.
As
Built
Madeira
worse.
says, you are here under my hospitality. Awaish, being much smarter than me, smiles and says, "We graciously accept your hospitality under the circumstances of peace."
She kind of smiles still and tilts her head up, and then with a hand and stepping forward moves into this circle.
Cool. Awaish steps in.
Oh God.
Where are we?
Y'all, Kiara, you're standing next to Matthias. His shoulders haven't been this high since you're back on the mainland. He is like fucking rigid. Just white knuckling the hilt of his sword. He looks so uncomfortable.
And I think you would notice that Kiara is wound up, which is much more rare. Yeah. So like no, we're 100%.
Has anything changed in this ring since we were last here?
Yes, it has.
Yes.
Actually, before
Sorry,
we
go
go,
excited.
before we go
I haven't stepped
further
in.
in, because Matthias is right next to Kiara, Kiara is going to grab his hand and cast Warding Bond and just say,
Aww.
Okay.
just in case you need to run in.
That lasts for an hour?
An
or
hour.
indefinitely?
An hour.
Great.
He feels
For
the
rest
ring
of their
get warm.
lives.
Feels the ring
Yeah.
warm up. And just like nods at her. Oh,
There
Okay.
is, as you step into this area, previously, like, circle of trees, darkness, tangled bushes around outside where she was hiding previously. There is a cozy wooden house.
Is it made out of gingerbread?
You're not close enough to tell because of the darkness and like the lack of shades in your little 5-foot ring, but it appears to be wooden. There are icicles hanging from it, snow lightly dusting the rooftops. You see stained glass, different panes of glass on the outside. There's some kind of flickering light coming from inside.
Is there like sorry.
It appears to be, for all intents and purposes, a cozy cottage, but like bigger than a house, right? A full-built house.
this wasn't here before.
Mm-mm.
Surprisingly good at stating the obvious.
He just glares at her.
Is there like an architectural style to it? Northern,
Ooh.
southern? What's the stained glass like? Like novel's seen a lot of stained glass.
This is, I would say, it's Korean. It's a Valkyrie style.
Korean. I like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of new. It's new to them at least.
Yeah.
Okay. Step in the ring.
Okay, we've got. I'm gonna pull you in a little closer, novel.
Yeah, it's all right. I can move.
There you go.
You're being very particular about where we all are, and it's kind of upsetting me a little bit, Alex.
Yep.
It's kind of, hey, it's making me a little
What could
worried.
go wrong? What could go wrong?
Cool. Very good and cool. Now, would you be interested in that cup of tea still that I offered? Kind of gesturing to a lot of you.
In the group chat, Matthias is going to say to everyone, so that everyone can hear, "A wish, please. Whatever you think."
Worm
I'll-
is obscuring your mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we
hold
just
on.
need
Let me
to
get this
leave.
bitch right in front of my face. How's that? Is that good?
It was good. I think you just
Sorry.
went into Matthias register and you
Sorry,
don't
yeah.
project
Yeah.
as
Sorry,
much.
I was
register.
fucking around with my gain. I feel like the
Oh.
worm can stay. But maybe that's
Nothing
just because I
worm can
want it.
stay.
Nothing worm
It's
can
like
stay. Matthias will, in everybody's head, speak directly to Awaish and say, "Awaish, I am following you. Whatever you think is best here."
Pretend to drink if you must. Kiara's just gonna say.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, Oisha's smart enough
Um,
not to drink hag juice. Jesus.
Sure.
He is 100% like, Awaish is the smartest person in this group, and if there is anyone who is going to keep us from getting our shit rocked, it's going to be her.
Too bad you can't feel emotions over a mental link. But regardless, Awaish kind of just gives like a noise of affirmation as much as you can over a mind link,
Mhm.
and then says,
More than happy to sit down, but unfortunately, I'm a person of all business and no leisure.
You want to stay out here in the cold?
Fine to enter.
Okay. And the rest of you? Her neck cracks as she turns her head.
We go where they go.
Sorry, I misheard. Oh,
Oh,
we stay
yeah.
outside.
Kiara says, "We go where they go."
Awaish said fine to enter, right?
Fine to enter. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I didn't quite hear it. And yeah, button.
Great. Let's go inside.
Because no, like behind Bard and Mask, it's just like, oh, I'm going in so bad. I want to go into a hag's house. This is gonna be so cool.
Glacia's like reaching
When
out
do you
and
get
like
to do that?
touching the banister as they go up, touching the door, just trying to get a beat on this house.
Okay, now I will have Elish and Novel, you said you're looking out for it, so you two can make investigation checks.
Ooh.
Love that. Come on, be kind, be kind. Where is my fucking investigation? There it is.
Okay. All right.
Oh my god, I rolled 2 7s last time. This is a 9. That's fucking nothing.
18.
18.
God.
Okay,
It's a
and
non-zero modifier. Novel, you're doing great.
you got this. What was yours, Novel?
It was a 9.
A 9? Okay.
Bummer.
Yeah.
I do have some inspiration left.
It seems to be. It really does seem to be wood. Like it's just carved wood, soft wood. Not really carved. More like it is old, but it's of a very sturdy construction. You can almost picture a charming woodcutter just building this over years for a loved one.
Yeah. I think Oash just mutters in their mind to Darren,
Keep your eye open.
and I enter in.
Okay. The
Oh, in my
portal
head, I'm
should
just-
be linked up if you step over to the door and travel.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm just remembering, like,
As we're
giant
going
mimic.
through, Kiara's 6 strength is all being used to grab Matthias's elbow. He may not feel it.
Oh god. I'm inside, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Oh,
trying.
you are?
I'm going.
How do we use it again?
Oh,
Just
press
you click the
T.
portal.
T. Okay.
Go to Bloodwitch.
It's not working for me. I don't know why.
You can
I'm
also
not getting
hover
the
your
T.
I over and click on the portal icon.
Yeah,
and
I
There
have to
it is.
right click.
Go
it.
to Bloodwitch House wasn't there when I first clicked on it. I don't know why.
Sorry, the lighting keeps flickering. That's so cool.
I
It's like
also
something-
do want to say, really quickly, Oash has taken Darren out and like has him held at their side,
Great,
and
okay.
Darren has detect invisibility within 30 feet of the spellbook. Magical invisibility fails to conceal anything from the spellbook's sight. Just as a note.
Okay. Let me pull this one back. I want to make sure I've got a Darren out so I don't forget that he's hanging out with us.
Little guy.
Give me Darren. All right. So you all step inside. The interior is. It's actually more wood interior than stone, as it appears here. But it's not the most cozy. It's a little sparse. There is a fireplace, like all the way back towards the back that it doesn't currently appear on here. Like a big classic roaring fireplace that was the source of the flickering that you had seen previously. Let me actually put my fireplace in right now so you can see.
2 Darrens.
Oh,
2 days.
I guess it is adding them. I just can't see them.
2 Darrens.
Big flickering fireplace. For all intents and purposes, a traditional ritual circle, like a magic circle in the center of this room that is on a little stone dais, I would say, because there are candles set up around it. They're not currently lit, but obviously you wouldn't want the candles to burn the flooring. So there's all of that. It's not lit up as it is here right now. There is an old portrait on one wall that looks a lot like the satyr version of Madeira. Skulls, skeletons, books, potion bottles, a lot of hanging dried like plants everywhere, and occasionally you see a root has sort of grown up into the house from underneath, and so there are these like places where the wood splinters and you get nature starting to grow in.
So if we squat, does the portrait turn into like Madeira hanging someone like in the Haunted Mansion? Because that's all I can
Yeah,
see.
sure.
Like, if you move slightly, it's like one of those magic mirror things.
Love that. Definitely.
Also question, does the house on the inside look bigger than the outside?
Just a
Do
little
the
bit.
dimensions look right?
Just a
As
little
a
bit.
shapeshifter who definitely changes their mass around, is the room fucking... And also lives in the Tome Loft, which is definitely a fucking fuckery with architecture.
Yeah.
I
I'll
love
say
the
so.
concept of you as a shapeshifter having an inherent sense for mass. That's insane, but I love it.
I love that a lot.
It's like humans being able to tell where they are in space.
This
But-
is how it should
Ooh.
be.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, is there anything special about the magic circle? Do I recognize any of the things? This is a big swing for
teleportation.
Matthias. I just think it's fun.
It's a big swing. Yeah, you can roll Arcana, Matthias.
Yay!
I was gonna say, could Kiara also do that because Kiara knows magic circle?
Hold on, I'm
Yeah.
gonna check and make sure this isn't cocked.
Oh, yes.
It's not cocked. You know how you test to see if a die is cocked? You have to take a
No.
D4 and put it on top, and if it slides off, it's cocked.
Oh.
Okay. Or I place it on one of the sides. Okay,
Arcana,
okay.
you said?
Arcana.
So I rolled a 16, minus 2 is 14.
I rolled a straight
average.
15.
Okay, 14 and 15. This is not the magic circle spell. It is not like a teleportation circle that you would use for transporting places, and it is not
I was
like
kinda...
a ward, I would say.
I was trying to see, because
Yes.
once upon a time,
Mhm.
Awish made me sit outside with my sleeve rolled up, smoking a cigarette while they transcribed the weird markings on my arm. And so I want to see if Matthias sees anything like that, because Awish was like, these markings are strange and old. And he was like, I don't know what this is, but it seems important.
You know, it does look like some of the writings that are like some of Oash's tattoos, or some of like if you didn't unstretched your tattoos. You don't like recognize any words, but it's like recognizing the font.
Is Susurrune something that's used in every magic something or other? Or is it not? Because Awish said it was special. You know what? Actually, don't answer that. It's fine. Either way, I'm just going to, in my head to Awish, say, like, I believe, I might be wrong, but I believe there's Susurrune in that circle.
Can't hear you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Alicia's eyes glint a little bit with temptation.
Don't touch it.
I'd like to crane my neck forward and see if there's anything especially sexy going on over there.
She steps in front of all of you, obscuring the view of the magic circle. There we go. And I guess she's quite is a large person. The walls here and everything seems to be built for a larger person. So Matthias, you're quite comfortable. Like you didn't have to duck your head or anything.
Hell yeah.
Another check-in with Tazriel. You previously wouldn't have been able to see the party like enter the house. You didn't have a view there, but you do maybe feel them getting a little bit more distant. It's almost like the signal's been dampened.
Uh-oh.
I think upon feeling that, Taz will. Are you all alright?
Taz's voice comes through staticky.
Yeah.
Oh, familiar. It's like Discord.
You sound strange, Tazriel.
There's some kind of discordance. I don't know.
Same thing in the reverse as well.
Where are you?
Or in the hag's house? Home?
It could be some maybe dimensional space. The insides don't match the outsides.
Or warding or something?
I'm
Maybe.
coming closer.
Okay.
Be careful.
Yes,
Okay.
tell us if you can see it.
Do you want to get close enough to the area to look inside?
Okay, so here's the thing. They've mentioned extra dimensional, they have mentioned warding. So Tad is kind of like, he doesn't want to get so, like, in his mind, one of two things are happening here. Either it is specifically because they stepped inside of like a warded space that it's getting kind of weird, or because they went in the house. And if it's the warded space, he's like, I don't want to get so close that the hag knows I'm there. So he'll still be a little bit away, but like he'll start looking for the house. Like he's trying to come closer.
Okay. You move closer. You now see that like ring of trees that you had passed by before. You're kind of just on the edges where the thick layer of tangled bushing, snow-covered thorns surrounds. To push through it, you have to either like go around, find a bit of another easier entrance, or just, scramble over the bushes. What do you want to do?
I have spider climb, so I'm just gonna start climbing things. I'm going over.
Okay, very elegantly, like climb up. Give me a dexterity check with advantage.
Spider ties.
Yeah.
Is that your giant ones?
Bones.
Big boys. Hey!
Natural 20!
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hi, this is brought to you by Die Hard Dice.
Yeah.
They don't sponsor us.
They don't sponsor
No.
us.
They can
Do it.
You do not catch yourself on any of the thorns. You very easily kind of like vault your way over and then like stick on a tree and then jump down on the other side very quietly into the circle. You do not see any house here. It is
What?
a little quieter. Perhaps there's more packed earth. Like this isn't a snow-covered circle. What you see instead, now that you've entered this area, is, and this also wasn't here previously, you see a stone stairway going up to a raised dais with a sort of like ice arch almost, and within that arch is just a void of black.
Oh, sweet
A
Jesus.
portal of some kind. Other stone pillars surround this, cracked and crumbling, and they're carved into the top of this ice ruin is an image of a beautiful woman.
Oh. 1 second.
What the fuck?
Network
That feels
problems,
bad.
Pooja, and how have we lost Sarah but kept Alex?
Oh,
What are you talking about,
I
Shane?
see everyone.
I'm fine.
Oh, I have
Here.
everybody.
Oh, it did.
It's actually Shan. Shan, I think
Is
it
it
might
me?
be you.
Yeah.
It's you, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Shan.
That's okay. This is just very funny because your images keep popping in and out. It's very fun.
I'm going to
Okay,
continue for a second.
please
Let
go.
us know when it
Mhm.
cleans up. So Tezril, you see all these ruins and all of that. It's much quieter within the circle of trees than it is outside. That cawing sound disappears. But that silence feels thick, like you could pop it with a needle. It's around you, tense.
I think Taz will say in his head, I don't see a house, and he'll describe everything he's seeing right now.
You are no longer connected to your party. Now, I'm gonna say this doesn't end the connection, like it doesn't drop the die. It's just that, for whatever reason, right now, you guys stick to telepathy.
Did we hear that I can no longer see a house and then it stopped? Or
No, it stopped when he entered the circle.
So none of us can get in each other's heads right now.
No.
Kick ass.
Hi.
Super kick ass.
And at the very least, you can. Okay, so wait.
I have a
Alex,
feeling
is
we'd
it
be able to
essentially-
feel it.
Yeah.
Wait, is it essentially? Is it more like? Oh, is it the thing that happens when I'm out of range and it just drops, or is it
Kind of like that, yes.
Okay, it's not like when I turned it off for everybody and used it on the Fey creature, right?
Yeah.
Two different things. Okay, so then I actually don't think you'd know it dropped at this point then. Because it's still technically, I'm just out of range for a bit versus I turned it off.
I mean, we'd
You're
get
not
it the
connected
moment
to
that we
each
tried
other.
to talk into each
Yeah.
other's heads and
Yes.
didn't
Because
hear
Yeah.
each other.
as soon as you said, I don't see the house, Kiara would have been like, what do you mean?
No,
We didn't hear that.
Oh, we didn't hear
that.
that.
hear
We didn't get that. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that y'all didn't hear me.
Okay. But
Yeah.
because Kiara would be continuing to reach out because, like, as
Oh,
mentioned,
well.
she doesn't like how far he is. And the second he stops responding, she does make a mental note to kill him.
Wow. So you all, as you are in this space looking around, become aware that if you like, it's that weird feeling if you're still kind of thinking to each other, but the person doesn't respond. So you pick up after a minute or two
Wow,
that
getting ignored.
your connection is working.
Great.
Fuck.
So yes, she steps in front of this circle, and then kind of like it's almost like she sits down into herself as she shrinks. The shoulders come up, the fur slides down her back, and once again you see before you that beautiful young fawn.
Sorry, I was going to say Bun just rolls her shoulders without even noticing that she's doing it, just in like a mirroring of like jealousy. Like there's that little ping of like shape. And then not even thinking about it.
Just as a note, Matthias is fully like taking a step back and letting Awaish determine how we move forward with this. So
Sure. Is that more comfortable for you?
Sometimes. I hope everyone feels that they can be comfortable here. And as she steps away towards the fire, you now see the magic circle has been pleasantly covered with a rug.
Hmm.
do I feel comfortable here, Alex?
Matthias, do you feel comfortable here?
I mean,
On a
I
scale
would
of 1 to
s-
10, how clenched are you?
he's in the process of making diamonds currently, but like,
I was going to say, from a scale of 6 to diamond, where are
but
you?
I mean, I was just asking in case there was like a roll involved or something. Just roll for comfortability.
Your character's comfort is dependent on you,
Cool.
not me.
Cool.
Except for a wish.
Hmm.
Okay. She steps towards the fire and over this rug, and there's not any seating as she bustles with the fire.
Mhm.
There's just a rug and some
Sure.
pillars and stuff. But you have all a moment to like disperse yourself throughout the room if there's anything else you're doing, looking, touching, preparing, examining, moving.
I think Awaish just strides forward after Madeira.
He's gonna
As she
step on
begins
that
to
rug.
wrestle with this fire, and
Okay.
then says,
So, is this a more apt place to have a conversation?
Sure, it's a more apt place to have a cup of tea.
I want a cup of tea.
You want one? A little louder.
I don't.
She pouts at you.
I think I'm giving you plenty.
I don't know what you mean. You haven't... Oh, that drop earlier?
I think I plan to give you enough.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to hear about it. The rest of you? It's loose leaf.
No,
I
thank
had
you.
tea at the campsite right before all of this happened, and I cannot sleep with too much caffeine in my system.
Oh, fuck. Wait. Shit.
Appreciate you though.
Well, did she have a realization?
Yeah.
What?
Well, she might have something that I want to.
Welcome to hell.
Kara's gonna cut off one of your own talons
Stab me with it?
stab you with it.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Matthias says no thank you.
Kiara is secretly dirge, y'all.
Hell yes. Okay.
More
She turns away from the fire with a kettle brewing over it, and then steps over to a bookshelf where she pulls some little cups over, and then comes in, kind of just sits like cross-legged by the fire, by the rug here, with a cup. The tea smell as it is brewing is familiar to all of you.
Does it smell like Matthias's tea?
Does
Or is it like, oh, this feels familiar in a
Each of
way?
us.
It's
In
like,
different
it's
way.
the best thing I
Yeah.
want to drink.
What
In-
does it
in
smell like to
different-
Kiara? Okay.
To
Like
Kiara, it is a cinnamon spice.
Okay.
That's my favorite tea. Not Oasis.
Yeah, we all want to know now.
I know what Oasis.
Now I want chai.
Novel, I think it's jasmine. What your father likes to drink.
Rude.
Oasis' lip curls a little. But,
Awaish, I think it is. I think it's a floral
yeah.
scent, which is a kind of tea that is only made for certain holidays.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
Matthias, it smells terrible.
Wish looks almost a little self-conscious for a moment. Not by the tea, but by the fact that everyone is fucking here for this conversation. But then says,
Would you prefer privacy?
No. He looks a little sheepish. He like says it immediately and then looks very, very sheepish. And is just like, or, and then looks to Awaish.
No, I don't prefer privacy.
Well, do you want me to invite the other one in then?
I don't know if they want to come in.
Kazriel, the statue, the little carved image of the woman on top of the ice arch, the mouth opens and in this hissing voice, do you want to come in?
Okay. Okay, so the point of him being out here was in case something went off without being known. But since it is known that he is here, that tactical advantage is no longer there. So he will, in fact, come inside.
Okay.
But please note what was written on the outside.
Yeah. He'll. I think while this
that
was
bitch is
happening.
Cicero. Read that.
Actually, yeah, Alex. Since he got here and he was seeing all that, he'll
Oh, you want to see if there's anything interesting? Oh, sure. Give me an
Can
investigation.
you take a look?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. First, he wants to take a look, and then if
Why is this game so fucking scary?
right.
Horror.
You do
Fuck
such
yeah.
a good job of scaring us. Thank you.
Yeah, Alec, it's not a natural 20, but it does come out to a 29.
29. Fantastic.
Damn.
What the fuck? Did you put expertise into fucking
Of course
investigation?
I did.
Oh,
What
classic.
kind of rogue am I?
A good one.
Okay.
Fucking
Um,
good.
Ooh. That's fantastic. Tazriel, first, as you are moving, examining all that stuff, you note that behind you, one of the trees in the circle is slightly smaller than the others. Just catches your eye, you note it, right? It's a little more, it's a little less healthy looking, I would say. And these are big, old growth trees, pine trees, that are kind of growing together and supplemented by the bushes and everything, and icicles hanging from the branches. Look like they've been here for years. This one, smaller, a little less healthy. As you are navigating these ruins, this staircase up, these little altars around, there are some carvings on the altars, but they don't seem to be in a language. I would say they're similar to, well, I don't know if you saw the carvings of that Novel was looking at, but they're more like painterly carvings, like someone has scratched images into stone over a long period of time, and then it's been worn by someone thumbing over these patterns for years and years and years into these images. One of them is kind of like a fish. You see one like a bird. You see one that's more like kind of a beast or an animal creature, like a four-limbed creature. They're very loose, right? And then you see one that's more of a humanoid. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And then by the construction, by taking time to look over, this place doesn't seem ruined. Like it used to be something and then was attacked or fell into disrepair. It gives you more of the vibe of like a pagan site, almost like a place of pilgrimage that was built purely out of the materials around and then preserved somehow.
Alex, am I able to make like a religion check or something about what I'm seeing?
Give me a religion check.
Okay, dope. 19.
Okay, great, 19. This seems less like an active worship site for a known deity, but I would say the closest comparison you could make might be to some of the symbols you've seen of Roll or Frost, the god associated with cold, winter, nature, but less a current aspect, more like just connections to a sacred place related to wintertime. These natural symbols, right? Maybe this is a place where druids came to prepare rituals or commune with animals or learn. Maybe this was a place where sacrifices were made to hope for a good hunt. But the dark void at the center of that arch as you ascend, that doesn't seem like it's part of this place inherently.
Okay, and so is that have I gotten all of the with the 29? Have I?
Yes, there's no tools that have been left here. There's no marks of hidden treasure buried in the ground. This place seems abandoned but not destroyed.
Okay, then I think with that he'll say to the voice. Yes, if my friends are... Well, actually, no, he'll just say yes. Because regardless of what he's walking into, he wants to know if his friends are alive or dead.
Great. Out of the darkness of the void, a beautiful wooden door swings open, and you see firelight flickering from inside.
Awesome. Okay, how do I get in here? Oh, yep, can do.
Welcome, Tazriel.
Sorry, she knows his name?
No, I say welcome, Tazriel. Madeira doesn't say welcome, Tazriel. Sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
fine.
Actually, if it's all right, I think that everyone gathering together might be a good place for a quick bio break?
Sure. Yeah. Let's do it.
Vibe. I want to explore this house in a bit.
I want to
Okay.
look at the skulls. Actually, oh wait, I want to do something else. I'll message you, Alice.
Lots
Want to
of
make a
things to do.
deal.
But for now, we will see you again very soon. We're gonna pop off for a little bit.
Oh right, we're recording. Bye everybody.
Bye. Hello, and welcome back once again to Strange Hungers. Tazrael, you step through the door, and you find yourself in a cozy, but perhaps sparse interior, with the rest of your party already gathered around exploring, and the delightful scent of some kind of tea brewing. What was your partner's favorite tea?
Me, the human guy, we are not a big tea guy, but I think it's something like that's more like fruity than anything.
Yeah, a fruitier tea. So some kind of hibiscus scent.
Ooh.
I think as soon as he steps in and he smells that, he's like, there's like a noticeable. He stops in his tracks. And then goes to stand beside Kiara.
Welcome to hell again.
Kiara, you see Tazrael enter. Or do you respond at all, or are you just grumpy at him?
Is the thing back?
Yes.
The telepathic one? Kiara will very disapprovingly, audibly say, "If you had not made it in, I would have killed you."
I think he just kind of like there's like a I think he just nods at that. I think it's very clear, like he's in his head in this moment, and he's just like that. Like in that moment, he might have given you some witty banter, but he's just like nodding about it.
Yeah, I think we all have a lot of fried nerves.
Okay. Well, now everyone's here. It is quite late. Are you sure you want to do this now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, normally my engagements are much more private. Forgive me if I get a little shy.
I understand that what you normally deal in are boons or gratuities.
You presume to know what I deal in.
Do I?
Yes.
Am I wrong?
Would you like some tea? She says to Tazrael.
I think Taz is just kind of, oh, man. Like again, he's still like in his head somewhere. The smell of that tea, something he hasn't smelled, and I don't think he's a big tea drinker outside of like very ceremonial times culturally. And when he was a bigger tea drinker, it was specifically with Belle, and so with them gone.
Can I be a little bit of a dick?
What are you about to say? Please go ahead.
If I see Tazrael start to hesitate, Awish will be like, he doesn't like tea and he doesn't want yours.
Yeah, Taz will just be silent at it and like let that sit there.
He asked for no pickles.
That's fine. She, it's less like a wizardly wave of her hand, and it's more of a quick swipe, and the candles fold out, like sort of move out, and then as they move, you see little floor cushions are revealed around the rug.
Nice. Anyway, Awish sits down.
We're sitting around the magic circle.
I'd rather.
Did you
like to
ask
peruse
that
your
question?
books.
No. This is Sloan.
Okay.
Like Sloan. Matthias is watching. Sloan is confirming. We're sitting around the circle.
I don't think that Awaish is fully like saying, please do everything I do. But
Cool.
is doing it themselves.
Okay, cool.
Kiara will stay where they are, but in her head, she is reaching out for a certain bestie.
We don't have our connection up.
It came back.
Oh, okay, it did. How so?
I think for Tigor, right?
Yeah. Kiara's reaching out for Agnita.
sorry.
Oh, for Agnito, I thought you were reaching out to Novel.
You call me
No.
bestie all the time. Like,
That's
I
true.
knew
That is
it
very
was the
true.
tiger.
I'm
No,
hurt.
Kiara's. We're talking about like
Friendship.
Creepy-
I'm done with
creepy-
Bud, and Agnita is my best friend now.
she knows where you are. She's checking in on the one she can't see.
Matthias is going to take a
Your-
turn about the room and look
Okay.
around.
Matthias,
Very
you can give me an
Regency style?
investigation check.
Okay.
Novel, you can also give me an investigation check if you were looking at books. Okay, great.
The thing is, I'm torn between the books and that cage that obviously has a creature in it.
Yes. The two of you give me those rolls and then just hold on to those numbers for a minute for me.
Gotcha.
Kiara, you reach out for your bestie. You don't get an immediate response from you don't hear her voice immediately. But you can still reach for the well of power, the feeling of her wrapping around you in comfort, and know you have access to those powers if you need.
Okay. It was more Kiara was more just trying to see because sometimes Agnita's watching based on random commentary that pops up. This was
Yeah.
You're her favorite show.
It's are you flipped to my channel right now? It's kind of that.
It
Kiara's
does
her
not
fave
seem to be.
blogger.
Okay.
I will also say it is now. She's a warlock. She's a manifestation of a warlock pact, right?
I know.
But it is now midnight or 1, so maybe the strange divine entity is taking it out.
Taking a nap.
Look.
Yeah.
I feel like as a tiger, she should definitely have zoomies. So I think give it a few hours and she'll be up again.
Yeah. Well, you see, you never know. I think in Kiara's experience, Kiara reaches out and sometimes there's a response and sometimes there's not. And it's a normal thing.
Sometimes you FaceTime your pal in there at the dentist.
It's
Fucking
a
time
normal
zones,
thing,
man.
y'all. It's a normal thing
It's super normal.
Time zones.
to talk
Okay.
to people in your heads.
So Kiara, you reach out for Agnita and she isn't there. Are you sitting down? Are you standing? Are you looking around with the rest?
Kiara's given the earlier role and all the story of hags, Kiara's doesn't care about what's in the room. Everybody else has got that on lock. They're probably better at finding things anyway.
Are you going to sit down with Awaish then?
Yeah, let's do it.
I like that. Okay, we've got Awaish and Kiara and Tazriel sitting here while Matthias and Barden look around.
Yep.
Great. Okay,
Matthias, stay within 30 feet of me. But you know that.
yes. Matthias, what did you get at your investigation?
5.
Great. And
60 feet.
60 feet. And Novel?
18.
Okay. Matthias, you had noted the skulls that you're looking for
Pretty dead.
things around the room. There are a number of dried herbs that are hanging from various places within this area, as well as a lot of, I would say, monstrous accoutrements. Skulls, horns, bones, claws, teeth, all that stuff. But it's not really displayed like the way a hunter might display it, but rather she's a bit cluttercore.
Maximalism hoarder style.
Maximalism hoarder style, but not
ADHD.
furniture, just wall stuff. So nothing is really organized the way that you might expect from
Son of a bitch.
someone who cares about those things. There are no labels. There are no apothecary shelves. There are no this is skull ranging from little rat to big animal.
Yeah, she doesn't have like a library.
Not a library. So you can just pull a few things that you think like are interesting, like look interesting, smell interesting.
Is she gonna get mad at me if I do that?
I'm not gonna tell you that until you do it, because
no,
that's how things work.
I feel like you're not supposed to touch anything. I know you're not supposed to touch anything. God, I want to. You know I want to, but I'm not supposed to, so I won't.
It's
I'm a good boy.
I'm a good boy.
If you were playing Baldur's Gate 3, everything in this room would be outlined in red. Does that help?
That would help a lot. In that case, I'd like to press F5 and pull something.
Oh, your save is broken, unfortunately.
Oh no, fuck! Damn it! My file corrupted. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
There goes my latest
This is why in this place your files are corrupted.
I'm gonna put Vice with the rest of the circle. I'm not saying that, like, I think she just wants to be close by and keeping an eye on things. Even though she's also been staring daggers at Awaish pretty much the entire time we've been in this house. But hasn't said a word. Okay, and
Just disappointed.
Novel with an 18?
Mm-hmm.
Great. You are looking at the books or around the walls as well?
Can I have both?
Nope.
Nope, thought not. Okay, let me just have another quick look. There is cool shit on the walls, but I think Novel would be drawn to the books. But there's also a cage. Is there actually a cage with something in it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the cage.
Okay.
Novel doesn't like trap things.
Full of scorpions, packed in incredibly tightly. You see like little pincers and tails sticking out.
Aww. I really
and they don't seem to be moving or writhing. Like they're very stationary to the point you're like, are those fake scorpions? Is it just like a cage of dead scorpions? But occasionally you see a claw twitch. It's like a stuffed cage of drugged scorpions.
Free my mans.
Do I know of any strong magic that could use scorpions? Like that's a lot of scorpions. That isn't.
I don't think.
Or does she just like?
I don't know. Give me one. See what happens.
Okay.
To vibe check this, would be a cage full of like a swarm of animals, but we have a no harm to animals thing. So instead, they're like creepy, nasty bugs. But I can also change them to be something else if we feel bad for the scorpion.
It's fine. I'm fine.
Okay. This is a safety cage of scorpions.
Yeah. Safety cage. Is there anything on this table that I can look at?
Yes. So you got 19 with you while you're looking over on this table. There's a note that says, "Remember to feed the scorpion."
I feel like I might have wasted that 18.
No, I'm just goofing around with you.
No, I love that.
And next to the note, there is a bag, and inside the what? 1 second.
What do you feed scorpions?
What?
Little bugs?
There's another note.
I feel like there's a theme. That's a bit of a theme right now. I feel attacked.
Beneath the note, it says, "What do scorpions eat?" And then it says, "Remember, feed the scorpions a variety of insect spiders, other scorpions, and lizards."
That's fucked up.
Absolutely fucked up.
They also eat small mammals.
Scorpions just eating each other inside the cage. Oh no!
Oh,
Infinite
like a crab bucket.
And then it's crossed out and it says, "You do not need to feed the scorpions."
The scorpions will take care of themselves.
Martin just like.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Next to the scorpion cage and the note,
okay.
there is a bag. And it is, as you like push on it a little bit, it seems to be filled of some kind of like powder or rice or some other material with that texture, but it's unlabeled. And it's like a sack. It's not a little pouch.
I shouldn't touch it. I'm not gonna touch it. Just like, is this the scorpion food?
Madeira glances over and goes, The scorpions take care of themselves.
Oh. So that's not it.
No?
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if they
do you
need
want
feeding.
one?
A scorpion? I'm fine, thank you. I've got enough bugs in my life. Thank you very much. Very kind.
Okay. And then she like turns back to where everyone's sitting and is doing her thing. But Novel, generally glancing around, I will also say that the books, this is not like a well-kept library either. It's a lot of hand-bound pages. There are not a lot of titles.
Novel, the librarian's child, looks in horror at this lack of a system. And just like the books with dog ears and
waterlogged. They're dirty. They're not
laid on their like the spines wrecked.
Yes,
just like
some of them are cracked open and around other books.
In this situation, just going.
It sucks. Again, a lot of hand-drawn things. Seems like many years of note-taking. So perhaps interesting.
It might just be making notes of what's in a hag's library.
Oh yeah. Now to return to the task at hand in the center here. Although she has retaken her smaller form to sit among you, there's still that sense of presence from Madeira. It's like she breathes out and all the candles in the room flicker.
Is her shadow bigger than her?
Yes.
Yeah. Love it.
But you all sit down. She has placed a cup of tea in front of each of you, even though you had said that you do not want tea. Because she's rude like that. Holds it to her lips and drinks, and then you see there's this little like tail of something that she sort of slurps up as she finishes it and puts the teacup down.
Cup of ice.
Curses.
Yes.
You want information about curses?
Certain kinds in particular.
To be very explicit, you're seeking knowledge, information.
Yes.
That's it?
That's it.
And then glances to Kiara, Azrael, and Vice, who are sitting around the circle. Now, I have to be clear. It's a little more expensive if everyone else hears it.
I am sure you have some way of departing it to me alone.
I can do that.
Alex, can I say when like their eyes settle on Taz, there's just this like clear like he wants something. Visible in the eyes and the face, just.
Mm-hmm. You want to learn about curses. Okay.
What will you take for it?
Her face goes very still. And you feel your heartbeat quicken. Closes her eyes like she is listening, and then licks her lips. You will do me a favor.
What and when?
Up to me.
No.
Sighs again. Why do you want this information?
Now, what kind of a dealer would I be to give knowledge freely when I am bartering for it at a cost?
quick as a whip, her hand goes out and she slaps it on the rug. You seem to be under the wrong impression. You might have made deals and trades and bargains before. Oh.
We lost Pooja. There we go.
Pausing for Sloane to adjust.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the emergency quad. Keep going.
Okay.
Do not know what happened. Sorry.
You are here under my hospitality. You are in my home as a gift. You ask for something because I have allowed it. And because there is a price on the things I give, you are willing to pay. We are not sitting at a table balancing a scale together, young one. You are here because I am patient and bored.
Of course. I am full of apology. I did not mean to offend you in any way. I hope you know that I mean that with sincerity.
I'm gonna roll an insight check.
I am not lying.
Okay. She breathes out a little bit, takes her hand back. Good. Okay.
But you are far more intelligent than me. So I think you would know that someone who comes to you asking about curses might be wary of consequence upon themselves.
You're here because you're willing to pay a price.
That's true.
All right. As a freebie, curses have personalities. They're like pets. The way you treat them matters. And they're easier to take care of when you're not the only person doing it. I don't know if you're cursed or not. I'd certainly be happy to give you a first-hand experience if you think that would help you learn about them. Temporarily, of course.
What about something a bit more permanent? I'll give you life if you give me what I want.
Your life?
My years, my health, do with it what you want.
Her eyes narrow. And then she looks around the rest of the circle.
Garrett has narrow eyes, with just like glaring daggers.
Your life and your health are two different things.
What's your preference?
The first.
That makes sense. How many would you like?
Years? 50.
Done.
When you say done, the words come out of your mouth like a string, a black string, floating and curling towards her hand, and she plucks it out of the air. It goes black into red and then falls like liquid into the palm of her hand, and she drinks it up and licks her lips sweetly. Now, Awish, you hear this, the rest do not, but all of you become aware of a deep chill in the air, the lights dimming, it's harder to breathe, smoke, mist out of your mouth as you catch yourself trying to suck in oxygen. It feels like not the ground is shaking, but almost like an earthquake from miles away has reached here somehow, rippling out. You're unsteady and dizzy on your feet, or even sitting as you are. And Madeira, as she turns to you, Awish, has that wrinkled face again, years wearing upon her skin. Ask me your questions.
How can a curse be passed along to a child? And how does one reverse it?
Some curses are innately passed. Ones that are laid upon a bloodline, or even a family line, don't require any blood relation, will happen when the child's born, live with them their whole life. Others, if they are centered on an individual or a location, can be passed by reenacting a cause, whatever laid the curse upon in the first place, at the moment of birth or when a bearer is pregnant. Some others, tied very tightly to a single item or individual, have to be pried away with magic by the person who laid the curse. There are spells that can crack or shift the meaning, spread the weight out.
How do you break such a thing?
Breaking a curse is not an easy task. The rules stay the same. The curse doesn't change as it is passed along, unless by someone equally as powerful as the person who laid the curse in the first place. The rules for the first are the same, stretching forward.
What about ones that take life?
Like I'm doing to you?
A little more automatic than that. Do they have to be willing?
You've
Or
offered
is it
me
not a curse at all?
a good gift. Curses are specific things and come in a variety of forms. But if you give me a little direction, perhaps I can untangle more about your inquiry.
There was once. Did not want to die. And there were many things trying to kill him. He gave them all to his child. His pain, his years, his torment. How does one do that?
Willingness would help, but would not be required. Not if the child had been bound from birth.
How do you fight such a thing?
You change it. Which, as I said, is complicated. You layer it. Create a channel instead of a one-way flow that loops back. Pass it off to another. Pain has to go somewhere. You share the burden. You give the child a gift that turns pain to pleasure. All manner of things. But many curses, if whatever torment came to this man was a result of such a thing, have an undoing, a loophole, a tangle, a thread you pull, a knot you cut.
You've never encountered someone turning into an insect, have you? Just to cover my bases, I suppose.
Yes.
What caused it?
It is an ability I myself wield. Some of my sisters might as well.
You... Have you ever had any dealings on the Perillian coast?
I like to stay at home.
Your sisters?
I speak not on their behalf. That isn't about curses, you see. That's about them. But curses are easier to undo or change with the help of the original caster or creator.
Should I pull on your thread, then? It's a bit of a joke.
It sounded like a threat.
I want you to help me.
The unwilling transformation of form is a curse laid in retribution or vengeance, often connected to the seemed failing or flaw, lack of virtue in the victim. I imagine it could be passed on or spread, but it would not traditionally affect more than one person. Some sites might transform all who come to them into a hideous creature or beast.
Fine. No, that is quite helpful. I don't quite care about breaking it for him.
Are you satisfied?
I am.
The cold in the room dissipates. Your breath returns to you. You all lose that feeling of nausea. And Madeira, who had been speaking without you able to hear, turns back to the rest of the room. And Awish, you can't remember the first 50 years of your life.
Oasia's face, like, drops as they come out of it. And they, for one moment, burst into just this unwilling sob of realization, and then turn and dash to the corner.
I got my fucking hand on my sword. What the fuck is going on?
And I think we have to leave it here for now.
What the fuck?
Oh my gosh.
I have so many questions.
I thought she was just gonna die early. I didn't know that you were gonna take their memories.
That's a fucking hag thing.
Hags.
The worst thing.
This, obviously, we haven't just left the hag hut. Like, there are ways to deal with this or change it. My heart is pounding out of my chest.
Hey.
Yes, I'm great. But nothing is set in stone. I don't want Sarah to feel like I've just fucked up their whole character. So I want to be very clear about that. None of that is set in stone.
God.
Whew.
I feel like hearing a Waish cry is like, I feel like it was like when you hear your parents cry for the first time or see your parents cry for the first time, just this like utterly unsettling, discomfiting, like just deeply deeply upsetting.
They are still like softly sobbing in the corner. They have just hidden themselves.
Oh my god, my fucking heart. Matthias's heart is turning inside out right now, and he's like, we're gonna fucking kill this hag, right? That's what's happening?
Yep.
Okay. Oh man.
God. Okay,
Jesus Christ.
But
leave.
I do know we have to go.
Yeah.
So we'll take some time also to wrap and decompress if we can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was an intense note to leave an episode on, so please take care of yourselves as well. We're gonna go do a safety check and make sure everyone feels okay. And if you're doing that at your own table, definitely check in first, and don't loop your players into an unending torment. So we're gonna make sure this is all good. But yes, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you can find future episodes later on Saturdays here on Total Party Gives. And also we were off the previous week for the global strike, so do what you can to educate yourself about what is happening in Palestine. There's a great website, decolonizepalestine.com. Call your representatives, email your representatives, and speak out against genocide. Thank you.
Okay, bye everybody.
Okay.
Fucking bye.